Welcome to the 2026 Chicago Half Marathon Recap. First off, I just want to thank everybody for tuning in. It's been a super long block for me, even though I only started kind of posting things in April. But for everybody who commented and liked videos, it means the world to me. Honestly, when I started recording, I didn't really think anybody was going to watch, let alone comment. So it was really cool to see that response. You know, Javier, Ben, Heather, Trey, Fit to Father, all y'all. I really appreciate y'all tuning in. It means, like I said, the world to me. But let's get into this half marathon recap. So I've been training for this since I would say like mid to end of February. It was a pretty long cycle. And the goal was to just train as aggressively as possible and see how big of an improvement I can make. So I started getting into running again in 2024. I was never a big runner, don't have a history of running at all. But 2024 was the year that I was just like, I'm going to stick this out. I'm going to figure it out. And I ran 2 hours and 27-minute half marathon, May 2024. So I had a lot of work to do, a lot of building to do, so to speak. And in 2025, I ran a 2:05 half marathon, which I was very proud of at the time. Cutting off 20 minutes was huge. But nonetheless, I started getting a little healthier and got a little more consistent and signed up for the Chicago Half with some friends in October. And at the time, I was just like, I just want to hit like sub 2. Like I was literally in the corrals of the 9 minutes, and training ended up going so well that I had to end up changing my corral from C to A, which was let's just say sub 150 territory. And in my head, I was just like, I could run 145, I could run 142, but 142 was kind of the goal in my head. I was just like, this is kind of a stretch goal for me, but I think that I could hit it. And I ran the Colfax Half Marathon about 3 weeks before I ran Chicago. It was about a 7 out of 10 effort, and I hit 147, which was the fastest half marathon ever. And just thinking about 2 years of running, I was able to take 40 minutes off of my half marathon time. So I was extremely excited about the prospects of running at sea level in Chicago. And that kicks off the travel day, which we were departing at 6 a.m. I set an alarm for like 3:15, something like that. Just get prepared for the long day. And next thing I know, Toby is calling me. He's letting me know. He's just like, hey man, our flight's been delayed to 9:30. I'm like, cool. Well, I'm just going to go back to sleep. I don't need to set an alarm or anything like that. I'll just naturally wake up at like 5 or something and be good. And then they switched our time back to like, at first they switched it back to the original time, which was 6 a.m., but that was a mistake. And they switched it to like 7:45. So the hectic travel day ensues. All right, y'all. Travel day vlog to Chicago, and my flight has been all over the place. I was supposed to leave at 6, and they said leave at 9:30, and now they're saying 7:45. So I'm trying to catch the train in the next 5 minutes. Wish me luck. Whew. Had to run. I barely made it. Wow. That was a doozy. If I would have missed it, I would only had to take the 1:15 minutes later, so couldn't have been too bad, but I definitely got a little bit of a jog in running with my luggage. But dang. What a morning.
Yeah. It's 5 o'clock on the dot. I like rolled over, then my phone vibrated. I was like, wait. And then it said, oh, your flight is still on time. Leave at 6.
Oh, hell no.
It starts in 4 minutes.
Yo, what is going on here? About to try to get through security as fast as possible. I haven't been in the airport in so long. Okay, I see. So we just arrived in Chicago. About to head over to the baggage claim now. I'm gonna grab us a lift, bro.
I was just about to ask you.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab us a lift. It was like $30. I was like, bet. Easy. And the blue line would take us like 50 something minutes. So I was like, nah.
How long is the lift going to take?
30. Not the calm day that I expected. I usually like early flights to kind of knock it out and have the whole day ahead, but it definitely started off a little hectic where I wasn't sure that I was necessarily going to make my flight. But nonetheless, got to Chicago, landed, and got to check out the Airbnb, which was actually nice. The photos don't do it any justice. Oh, this is spacious, yo. This is huge. This is huge. All right. This is you, I'm guessing. 100%. 100%. I guess this is my room. I'll take it. Be knocked. Plenty dark. Toby's room, closest to the door. I said your room's closest to the door because you want to be the first one out. Yep. Pretty nice. Not bad. Not bad. We get to the Airbnb, settle in for a bit, and then end up heading to a run club called 3 Run 2, I believe.
I was dead as this close to moving here before I picked Denver.
What made you pick Denver?
Weather.
Fair.
Weather.
Oh, you gotta come in the summer.
Yeah, if I hadn't visited Denver that one time,
Yeah.
when the weather was that nice, bro, I would have been living here right now. I'd be walking right past you. I wouldn't even know who y'all are.
That's crazy.
Unless you want to go to Bandit
You don't have to
first.
log in on your VPN.
All right, shakeout run. 3 Run 2 in the city of Chicago. 4 easy miles. going way faster than we're supposed to. Way faster. But vibes. Well, immaculate. Run's finished. It's harder than I wanted it to be. Went to a 3-run 2. Same day that we traveled. I was a little tired, a little depleted. Obviously, didn't eat the best that day. But just wanted to get the vibes of the city. Wanted to get a shakeout run and make sure that I was going to be able to just get on the right sleeping pattern. And then we get into Friday, which was bib pickup day. We wanted to stop by the Bandit store early. We ended up going to Bang Bang Pie to get some food. I got like a bacon, egg and cheese biscuit with like some salsa on it and some grits, because I love grits with the egg in it. To start off that morning, it was absolutely perfect. Then we head over to the city, because we're like on the west side, to go pick up the bibs. That was a great experience too. That was actually a lot like more low key than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be hectic, but we did go on a Friday while most people were working, so we did have that advantage. Kind of a gloomy day. Definitely on and off raining all day, and this is like, I didn't really experience the humidity too much the day landing in, but I knew that it was going to be a somewhat rainy weekend, and that was just going to accumulate. But we pick up our bibs. How are you doing today?
Doing good. Are you ready for the race?
I'm ready.
Is this for Shakeout?
I'm ready. Yes, it is.
So you'll use your QR code to get your.
You're not going to be bothered by the heat?
We'll see. I'm from Colorado, so I'm used to training at altitude. It's not as
So,
hot.
yeah, it's not as hot, but the humidity.
The humidity, I'm a
But
little
you know what?
worried
You're going to be a
about.
superstar because of the
You'll
low
want to
altitude.
your
That's what I'm excited
the
about.
altitude to get your race
I know that's
safety
right. Have a good
certificate.
one. Grab some shirts, and at this point, I'm like in tourist mode. Now I'm just checking out the river walk, walking next to the lake, and just seeing the architecture of the city. And absolutely, absolutely beautiful city. I really enjoyed my time there. Could have prepared better with the umbrella, but it wasn't like downpouring, but it was raining enough that it was like, okay, how much longer do we want to be out here? That was the bulk of Friday, I would say. Then we pretty much chilled the rest of the day. We watched the Knicks on that Friday night at a bar, then called it a little bit early. Saturday morning, this is where I messed up. I did not bring my camera to get any footage, but I do got some clips on my phone of the heartbreak shakeout run that we did, which was honestly that was dope. There was a lot of people there. They had some donuts. We got to run near like a free zoo that they have, and this was my first indication that the race might be a little tough, because I was sweating so much on this 3-mile run, and I felt great. By the way, I didn't feel bad at all. I actually brought the leanings to do my shakeout runs in, just because these take a lot of load off and do the running for me. But it was so humid that morning, and I was like absolutely dripping in sweat for a 3-mile run, and my heart rate was like, I want to say like 115, 120, because we were running like really slow. And I was dying. And that's when the light bulb kind of clicked. I was just like, I'm going to have to overhydrate, like whatever is my norm is. I'm going to have to hydrate way more to make sure that I can compensate for how much I'm going to be sweating, because I'm already a heavy sweater, but you add the humidity and the heat on top of that, and I knew it was going to be a rough day if I didn't hydrate. So I love that I got to do that shakeout run and kind of feel that, because that really threw me off that morning, because the shakeout run before then, it didn't feel nearly that humid. That was one of the interesting things about the city too, is like just moving around. Like we went to the Bean and we were like walking around that area on Friday, and I was just like, every like half mile or a mile, like the temperature it would just feel different. Some spots were muggy. Some spots felt completely fine. And I've never experienced something like that in terms of like, I don't even know how to describe it. Like the mugginess, the thickness of the air. It just felt so different from spot to spot, which I found extremely fascinating. And then the rest of the day, we all kind of went our separate ways. We all went on individual missions. Juan and his wife had a baby shower. He's from that area, so he went home to Indiana to chill with his folks. Toby knows like everybody in the world, so like he went to go to breakfast. He ended up doing like a sauna and cold plunge as well. And then I went back to the crib, got changed, showered, and I was on a mission to find cash-only food places, which I found a couple. Absolutely delicious. One was right by the Blue Line train, though, and those trains, I couldn't imagine living next to those trains. It is so freaking loud. But obviously, delicious food all over Chicago. Then I went to the movie theater to watch Back Rooms. I just wanted to do something chill and grabbed some pizza on the way home and stopped by an arcade, actually, and played some games for a bit. Then went home, chilled, went to bed at like 10 p.m. And then race day. We're here. Just start going through the normal routine, which is different when you travel. And I didn't really think about it too much. I didn't think it was going to affect me too much. But it's and I don't think it did, but it's just different. There's things that you have to account for when you're traveling for a race that I just really didn't consider. But wake up early. We all catch Uber over to the race, which ended up dropping us off like a half mile short of the race, because they had it all blocked off, so we had to walk like a half mile. Oh man, we're walking to the starting line right now. About game time. And then I was like looking at the time, and I was just like, oh, the race starts actually pretty soon. So I had to start running. Like I'm running. I leave my friends behind because I have to use the bathroom. Like I did not get the logistics of traveling for a race right, so I'm running. Like I gotta put my stuff at gear check. I gotta hit the bathrooms, and the corrals close at 6:50. At this point, it's like, at the point that I'm running, it's probably like 6:25, 6:30ish. So I got like 20 minutes to do all this. Drop my bags off. That was fairly quick, but the lines for the bathroom, oh my gosh. Like I was just like, do I just risk it and just not use the bathroom? But I was like, no, I gotta use the bathroom. Like there's nothing that would fold me quicker than thinking that I can hold this for X amount of time. So I go to the bathroom, I get there just in time. And literally it was probably like 6:48, 6:49 when I get out the bathroom. So I'm sprinting to the corral, because I know they close at 6:50. Honestly, in hindsight, it's just like they don't really close at 6:50. They just want it all organized at that point. And anyways, I get there like right at 6:50, maybe 6:51. What a madhouse right now. Had to use the bathroom. Corrals closed at 6:50. I don't think I know I've never been in a race that was that crowded. Like every direction that I looked, just people, hundreds of people. And I thought, I don't know what I thought, but I didn't expect it to be that many people. And I so happened to find my friends, like almost immediately. So I link up with them. They're like, oh man, we thought you weren't gonna make it. I didn't think I was gonna make it either. But I'm looking to my right, again, just walls of people. I look behind me, walls of people, as far as I can see. And the countdown is real. I'm starting to get a little nervous, but I'm excited and I'm not like overthinking it too much. And wow, race starts. And you're so like kind of boxed in that like you couldn't stop running if you wanted to. Like it was kind of intimidating, especially in the wave that I was starting at, which was like the 140s. Like they didn't have in between pacers. They had 130, 140, 150. Those were the pacers. So I started with the 140s and feeling amazing, feeling really good. Like through 5K, like I'm right on pace for 142, slightly behind, but right on pace for like 142. Like, let me actually pull this up real quick so I can see. This will be the official stuff. So yeah, the first 5K, I'm at like a 750 pace. For a 142, I believe it's 7 minutes and 47 second pace that you have to average. So I'm like 3 seconds slow on this, but felt great through 5K. Through 8K, I am at a 149 pace, so slightly moving faster. Through 10K, I'm at a 749 pace, so I'm just kind of maintaining. And I'm actually feeling good through 10K. Mile 7 also feels good, but now it's starting to get tough because the sun is blazing. It is hot out. Like it's probably 83 degrees and it's humid. I'm losing tons of fluid, and at this point I started having the mental games go. I was just like, oh man, I still have so long to go. I still got like 6 miles to go. I get to mile 8 and it's just mentally tough, but like I'm like sticking it out. I'm trying to focus on the next mile at a time. And then tragedy strikes. This girl drops her gel right in front of me, and it was either run her over or try to like jump over her. So I went for the latter. I like jumped over her but landed hard on my left leg, and as some of y'all know, that's the leg that I've been dealing with issues with this whole time. And literally as soon as I straightened out my leg to keep running, just locked up, just felt super tight. And between mile 8 and 9, it swelled up and I just was not able to recover. And my pace fell off the map at that point. And I knew by mile 10 that race was cooked for me. It was cooked for me. But I was just like, I have to finish this. Like every step, I felt like a shooting pain just up the left side of my leg. And I was just like, I don't know if I can finish this. But I was like, no, you're going to finish this. I don't care what time it is. And in one of my clips, you can see that I'm like right behind the 140 pacers. 4 or 5 minutes after that clip, that's when I had to, hurdle a girl, which I don't blame her at all. I would have naturally probably went to go pick it up too. But it's just again, so congested and so many people that if you stop that fast, like there were some people who fell by me, like tripped because it's just so packed in. But yeah, barely kind of made it through. I had to do like a walk run kind of thing just to get through the race.
Not going well, guys. Knee locked up right at mile 8.64, so I still got a long way to go. But not good.
We're gonna spray you down here, think bio freeze.
And don't get me wrong, it was still a hard, honest effort. But I just kind of left some on the table after that point, just because my body would not keep up with me. So yeah, mile 7, I was at a 7:35 pace. My heart rate was at 170, so I am kind of working. But yeah, between mile 8 and 9, heart rate 169. That's when tragedy struck. Then my heart rate goes 161, 157, 153 for mile 11. So like I had so much in the tank. Like I wasn't like pushing myself super hard, but my body just it hurt with every step. But I ended up finishing the race, and surprisingly, it was still my second fastest half marathon ever. So it was a little bittersweet that I didn't get to the goal that I had set out and that I'd been training so hard for. But I've also been dealing with this injury for the past 3 weeks. Even before Colfax half, I was dealing with it. So there's a lot of takeaways and a lot of learning lessons from this build. But overall, I'm the fact that I'm looking at 150 half marathon time, my second fastest half marathon ever, on a gimpy leg, through a humid hot day, that's something to be proud of. But that's sort of the name of the game sometimes, like the conditions aren't always going to be perfect. And if you're not good enough to get through the conditions on a bad day, then you're not good enough. That's how I kind of look at it. And there's just so many things that I need to address and kind of shore up some of my weaknesses, which is really having to add in strength training. Like I'm a 200 plus pound runner. I have dealt with injuries in the past. That's something that I have to take extremely serious, along with like mobility and recovery. And those are things that I kind of let to the back burner, and it caught up with me towards the end. You can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't say you want to train the hardest you ever want to train and neglect these things, because they're 100% going to catch up with you.
A little disappointed, but honestly, mile 9, some girl dropped her gel right in front of me. I had to hurdle her, and literally on landing on my left leg, it locked up a bit, and that was it. From that point on, could just not bounce back. I'm about to go find my friends, hit gear check. Oh man. But nonetheless, I think I hit 150 on that, which is my second fastest half marathon of all time on a gimpy knee. I'm not mad.
So a lot of learning lessons, not the result that I ultimately wanted, but there's a lot to be proud of in this build. And it was hard for me mentally to get over at first, hence why it's taken me so long to post this video. One, because of the injury. I got back to Denver, I went to go see a doctor, and I have some lateral knee issues that's going to take 4 to 8 weeks to kind of recover, and that kind of hurt my heart a little bit, because I'm like, no, I want to get that one back. I want to start running. But going to take a break from running for a bit, just focus on PT, getting healthy, and I'm tripling down. Like, I can't wait to get back, because I just know there's so much that I left on the table that I could have done better. And yeah, I'm just excited. And again, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Sometimes things don't go your way, and that's okay. You live with the results. I've always been the type of person to fail fast and fail forward, and boy, did I fail forward, That was an hour and 50 minutes, and literally after, let's just say, mile 9 and on, I was dealing with some serious pain and serious thoughts of just dropping out the race because of my knee. Like, I could barely bend it. But wow, what a trip, what an experience. And I can't wait to get back, and I can't wait to let y'all know what's next on the list. But again, appreciate y'all tuning in. Please like and subscribe to this video, and I'll be back sooner than you think. I'm going to still be posting videos regularly, but just taking this week or two to kind of recalibrate. Until next time.